As an NRI, your mind must be buzzing with several questions. How can I enroll for Aadhaar? What are the documents required? Does Aadhaar even have benefits or not? Should I apply for it or not? In this video, I'll answer all of your Aadhaar related questions and answer commonly asked questions like, should NRIs link PAN and Aadhaar? Most importantly, I'll take you through the Aadhaar enrollment process step by step. In the end, we'll discuss how a registered Indian mobile number can help you access Digilocker and Aadhaar's biometric lock feature. Now, let's get started. Aadhaar Card and benefits. Have you ever wondered what makes us unique in the eyes of the Indian government? If yes, the answer is Aadhaar, your digital fingerprint. If not, then you're in for a surprise. You, me, every resident and even our NRI friends can get this 12-digit number card known as Aadhaar, and it's issued by the Unique Identification Authority of India or UIDAI. Aadhaar is a unique 12-digit ID number that records a user's biometric data like fingerprints, iris scans and minimal demographic details like address, etc. So essentially, when Aadhaar is submitted to check the holder's authenticity, it's cross-checked with the biometric information that's stored in the Central Identities Data Repository or CIDR. It does not replace any existing identification documents like PAN, passport or driver's license. Think of it as a versatile document along with others. Tech leaders like Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, praised Aadhaar's identity system. In fact, Nadella went so far as to applaud it in his book Hit Refresh that was launched in 2017, and it recognized India's significant leap towards a versatile model like Aadhaar. Benefits of Aadhaar Card. Now let's understand how Aadhaar benefits an NRI citizen. Imagine you want to handle some essential transactions back in India, like investing or accessing government schemes. Aadhaar is that virtual key that helps you manage all of these tasks worldwide. Whether it's your financial affairs, filing taxes or completing an e-KYC, all of this can be seamlessly done with the help of an Aadhaar card. Now, there are three types of Aadhaar cards besides the physical card. E-Aadhaar, an electronic version of the Aadhaar card that's password protected. The password combines the first four alphabets of your name in capitals and the year of birth. Next, we have masked Aadhaar. It allows residents to conceal their Aadhaar numbers in their e-Aadhaar. So, the first 8 digits of your Aadhaar ID are replaced with characters such as X, while the remaining 4 digits are visible for identification purposes. Along with it, your name, photograph and date of birth are also visible. And finally, we have Bal Aadhaar. This is issued only for infants and children below 5 years of age. So now we understand what Aadhaar is and its types and its benefits. It's also important to understand its limitations and how it can't be utilized. I really hope you didn't miss this crucial point that you can't have multiple Aadhaar ID numbers. Why? Well, remember when I said Aadhaar is generated out of biometric data? Every individual's fingerprints gets registered in the digital system of UIDAI. So using this, a unique ID number is generated and used by that person for a lifetime. If you're found to have multiple Aadhaar cards, then your account will be blocked and you'll be charged with a penalty of 10,000 rupees. You can face imprisonment of up to 3 years or both. That's why one person, one Aadhaar ID. It's time to answer your question. How does an Aadhaar card simplify my financial affairs, taxes, etc.? Number 1, easier transactions. Picture yourself returning to India. With Aadhaar-based KYC, you can easily open bank accounts or deal with any property paperwork without going through the traditional KYC to verify your identity. Think of it as a shortcut for a complex and time-consuming process. Number 2, filing IT returns. It's compulsory to have an Aadhaar card under Section 139AA of the Income Tax Act 1961 if you want to file your income tax returns in India. When your Aadhaar is linked to your PAN, the ITR process gets super simplified. Number 3, identity proof. Your Aadhaar is accepted nationwide, giving you access to various services. Whether you want to buy a property or make financial investments, Aadhaar assures that your identity is recognized. Now that you know why Aadhaar is crucial for NRIs, let's talk about whether you're eligible to have an Aadhaar as per the Aadhaar Act. If you're still here, stick around till the end as I'll discuss how you can access Digilocker and use the biometric lock feature to protect your biometrics from scammers. Before we proceed, tell me in the comments, have you ever faced any challenges while managing financial transactions in India? Let's learn from each other's stories. Documents. First things first, you need these documents before you can apply for an Aadhaar card. As per UIDAI, These documents are approved and mandatory for the Aadhaar application. Number 1. Birth proof. A class 10 certificate or birth certificate to prove your actual date of birth. Number 2. Photo ID proof. This can include a passport, PAN card and driver's license among others. However, a valid passport is also considered as a proof of address or POA and date of birth document. Number 3. Proof of address. Usually you have to give your utility bill, passport or any other document that has all the information to your address. However, if NRI's passport fails to show any Indian address, you can provide any other UIDAI approved documents as proof of address. So no sweat about that. Check the link in the description box if you want to access the detailed list of documents as accepted as POA, POI, POR or DOB. Currently, UIDAI does not accept international mobile numbers. Instead, it's mandatory to provide your email address. Now, do you have all the necessary documents? If yes, then let me help you understand the application process. Process of application. Online/offline. The enrollment process is divided into 3 steps. Number 1, booking an appointment. Number 2, uploading documents. And number 3, biometric verification. So let's start with the first step, booking an appointment. You can book an appointment either online or offline, which means you can book an appointment even before reaching India. What's the process for online booking? Visit the official UIDAI website, the link for which is shared in the description box. Click Book an Appointment under the My Aadhaar option. Choose non-resident Indian and enter your email ID along with the CAPTCHA. Once you get the OTP, you can proceed with the appointment. If you're in India and want to book an offline appointment, visit the nearest Aadhaar enrollment center. How you do that is by checking the nearby enrollment centers by visiting the UIDAI website. Under the My Aadhaar section, click on the Locate an Enrollment Center heading. On the next page, you can locate nearby enrollment centers either by state PIN code or by entering a specific location. Alternatively, you can download the Aadhaar mobile app to locate the nearby centers. Even though appointment booking is available offline and online, you must be physically present in India to complete the biometric verification process. Once you've booked an appointment, it's super important to recheck and gather all the necessary documents for submission. So that leads me to the next step. Step 2, submit the documents. As discussed earlier in the video, you have to submit the required documents to prove your identity as an NRI. UIDAI approved identity requires a valid Indian passport for identity proof, address proof or date of birth. If the passport does not mention an Indian address, you can submit any other UIDAI approved documents as proof of address. NRIs might also be asked to share documents of their current residence like work permits, stamped visa, so keep them ready. These documents will be checked when you visit the enrollment center, so don't forget to carry the original documents. And remember to collect them as authorities will only keep the scanned copies. Once your documents are submitted and verified, the next step is biometric verification. Step 3, biometric verification. For this process, your biometric details include number 1, an iris scan of both eyes, number 2, a biometric scan of 10 fingerprints, and number 3, a photograph. After all the verification and biometric processes are done, you will receive an acknowledgement slip. On that slip, you'll get a 14-digit enrollment number. You'll receive your Aadhaar card within 90 days at the registered Indian address that you've provided. Until you receive your Aadhaar card, you can use e-Aadhaar, the electronic version of the physical copy. Let's see how you can download it. E-Aadhaar and how to access it. You can access it by simply going to the UIDAI website, click on Download Aadhaar under the My Aadhaar option. Choose Download Aadhaar to get a copy of e-Aadhaar. Isn't it amazing that you can track the progress of your Aadhaar application similar to tracking your online delivery? It's quite easy and I will show you how. Check the status of Aadhaar. You can check the status of your Aadhaar on the UIDAI website. Click Check Aadhaar Status under the My Aadhaar tab. On the next page, you have to type your enrollment ID, Aadhaar number or VID along with the CAPTCHA code displayed on the screen. Once you click on the submit button, the screen will display the status of your Aadhaar. Now that you know how to check the status of your Aadhaar, let's talk about the bonus sections. Having multiple documents can be a hassle, especially when you have to carry each one of them for the verification processes. This is where Digilocker helps to store all of your government issued documents. The best part is documents issued on Digilocker are actually treated at par with original physical documents. So in this section, I'll talk about 2 bonus topics, whether NRIs can use Digilocker and how to lock your biometrics. How can NRIs use Digilocker? Digilocker, introduced in 2015, is an initiative towards digital empowerment by the Government of India. The key point of this program is to promote paperless governance where your documents are actually stored on the cloud. Thus, it eliminates the use of physical documents. Essentially, you can store your PAN card, Aadhaar card, driver's license, all of this online. A Digilocker account has several benefits like document safety, paperless documentation, preventing fraud, a secure signing process, and many more. However, there are a few drawbacks to this as well, such as you can only register with the use of a valid Indian mobile number. You also need to have an Aadhaar card which has been linked to your mobile number. So yeah, super important, NRIs cannot use a foreign number to register. In short, if you want to use your Digilocker as an NRI, you must link a valid Indian mobile number with your Aadhaar card. Locking your biometrics. Picture this. You're going about your day and suddenly there comes across a news where scammers have exploited biometrics data to steal money. It makes you realize the importance of safeguarding your biometric data. This can be you. Locking your biometrics provides additional security to your biometric information like fingerprints, iris scans, and facial recognition data. You can visit the UIDAI website or Aadhaar app to activate the Aadhaar biometric lock. Before proceeding with the steps, please note that a registered mobile number is a must to avail the lock-unlock biometric service for your Aadhaar card. To lock your biometric data, follow these steps. Visit the UIDAI website and click Lock/Unlock Biometrics under the My Aadhaar section. Choose Lock/Unlock Aadhaar. Create a virtual ID as instructed. Once you've generated a 16-digit virtual ID, return to this page and click Next. Lastly, you have to enter the virtual ID that you created and use the generated OTP for verification. Then you'll get a confirmation message to confirm the biometric lock. Upon confirmation, your Aadhaar card is securely locked. If in any case you choose to unlock your biometric data, you can follow the exact same steps. Remember that once locked, your Aadhaar cannot be used for any biometric verification. Now that your finances are safe and your identity is protected, let's discuss two crucial topics. Is it necessary to link your Aadhaar with PAN? And then we'll discuss some common challenges that NRIs might encounter while enrolling for Aadhaar. Let's go ahead. Is linking Aadhaar and PAN mandatory for NRIs? This is the good news that all the NRIs have been waiting for. You can avoid linking your Aadhaar and PAN if you fall under any of the exempted categories. However, it becomes mandatory for you as an NRI to link PAN with Aadhaar if you have 1. A taxable income in India, 2. Investments in mutual funds, and number 3. To open a bank account. While applying for an Aadhaar card, you might face some challenges and queries like whether your Aadhaar card will be misused, whether you can update your details in future, etc. In the final section of the video, we'll be addressing all of these common challenges that you might face. Common challenges. Let's discuss some challenges or queries that NRIs might face. Number 1. Not a compulsory document for school admissions or exams. Aadhaar isn't a compulsion for school admissions or any examinations conducted by institutions like CBSE, NEET or UGC. So rest assured, as your child can study in India without an Aadhaar card. Number 2. Data privacy. If you're concerned about data privacy, opt for a masked Aadhaar card or lock your biometrics for added security, as this was discussed earlier in this video. Please know that you should update your Aadhaar information like biometrics, photos and address every 10 years. UIDAI has requested Aadhaar holders to update their Aadhaar information to ensure the accuracy of the biometric information and strengthen security. Number 3. Lifetime validity. As mentioned earlier, the Aadhaar card needs to be updated every 10 years for security purposes. Only a Bal Aadhaar card needs to be updated twice in the life of every child. Number 4. Update Aadhaar details online. If you've linked an Indian mobile number with your Aadhaar card, you can update your Aadhaar details like address, date of birth, etc. online. However, for certain demographic changes, NRIs might be required to visit the Aadhaar Enrollment Center in India. Number 5. Proof of address. If you still need to update your passport address, don't worry. You can provide any other UIDAI approved proof of address document for your Aadhaar application. Number 6. Enrolling spouse based on your Aadhaar and passport. For NRIs, if your spouse is also an NRI, then it's mandatory to submit an Indian passport as proof of identity. Suppose your spouse is an Indian resident, not an NRI. In that case, you can use any proof of relationship document such as your passport with your spouse's name for enrollment under the Head of Family category. Conclusion. And there you have it. We've discussed quite a lot today. So let's sum it all up. Remember, Aadhaar is your key to seamless transactions or any financial management, no matter which part of the world that you stay in. A quick tip. If your passport isn't showing the current address, you can use any other UIDAI approved document as proof of address. For the little ones below 5 years of age, no need to worry about the biometric verification as their parents' Aadhaar card will be enough. Until you receive the hard copy, e-Aadhaar will be enough. Just download it from the UIDAI website. Lastly, do not worry about linking Aadhaar to PAN. It's only applicable if NRIs have taxable income from India. That's it for this video, guys. If you have any queries, drop them in the comments. If you found this video helpful, then do subscribe to the Groww NRI channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep growing.